You know, I get that it's October and we have to have the whole spooky backgrounds all month, but even still, I don't know, this just seems like I'm running out of ideas. Anyways, let's get started. So, I was talking to a dear friend of mine a few months back when he pointed out I had too many games that I really hadn't finished. And to name a few, there were Darksiders War Masters Edition, Jack X, Assassin's Creed Unity, Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 4, and of all things, Furi. So to answer any lingering questions that'll leave, it was literally less than $1. I got it in a package deal, and I wanted to complete the collection. It's Assassin's Creed Unity. I'm not a huge fan of the Elder Scrolls. 90% of my fun is had running around and doing nothing, and I beat Furi. However, I beat Furi in easy mode, therefore I didn't get any of the achievements. However, beating Furi on easy mode also involves taking out half of the game, half of the boss's movesets, and just scrapping them, and you're left with a relatively easy breezy boss rush of a game.
Cause the rest of us are wondering what on earth we miss. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet real loud. The rest of us could use some cheering up right now. Ready to the top, we're fucking shiny and quick. We're like a real start cheap and iron thick. Whatever, never mind, we're just calling for help. I guess we'll heal the old-fashioned way and do it ourselves. Check and it's rubber. We're not cynics, we just don't believe a word you say. We're not critics, we just hate it all anyway. Oh, this is all we got. We do what we've been taught. We're not cynics, we just don't believe a word you say. We're not critics, we just hate it all anyway. Sometimes I think we push a button just for fun. Sometimes I think our kind of crazy has already been done. We're a copy of a copy, everything's slowing up. Yeah, the truth hurts, but it hasn't stung enough to stop me. Can't you give us something better than this? We can help us all, it's all you better retreat. Too easy smiling on cue when you don't have a clue. We're like, listen, we know what we want you to know.
So, we might want to just knock this out of the way. What is Furi? Well, it's essentially a boss rush game in the vein of No More Heroes, but it's also got bullet hell shooter elements, very similar to Nier Automata, but it's also got this weird trickster dodge type thing from the Devil May Cry series. And this game was directed by these lovely individuals right here, whose name I will not pronounce simply because I do not want to butcher them whatsoever. The OST, whilst not my specific brand of music that I enjoy, is actually really good. Now the reason I don't play any for you here is this is something you want to experience for yourself. Me playing it in a YouTube video would not do it justice, it really wouldn't. All the character designs in this game are also incredibly amazing, and really well done. That's all I really can say about character design, seeing as I'm not an artist. However, the arenas are very well done. Now, the story for this game is actually really weird because there isn't a whole lot, because it's very artsy in its storytelling. However, all you really need to know going in is that you are a prisoner and you must kill the guards, which are the bosses, in order to escape the prison, whilst being assisted by your favorite little mask buddy, who also is a rabbit. So, after what is presumably the last boss, there are a matter of 3 endings. A good ending, a bad ending, and a sort of player accidentally stopping ending. The game hints that there's more content by saying you know what you have to do, but right after that, they show a text scroll which makes you think that the game is over. The game is not. There is an entire 2 different endings. This time I went for the good ending, but the bad ending is also something to consider. I'm not going to spoil it because I think it's one of those... There's not really that much to the story, so I don't see a reason to spoil it. So there isn't a lot to gameplay. With bosses, what will normally happen is you will get a large walking section where they will build up the boss, and once you get to the boss seems to have a plethora of attacks for you to dodge, block, shoot, etc. And after the attacks, you can typically wail on the boss once they finish their combo. So there isn't much combat, but there is one thing that the game will want you to learn, and that is the parry. Typically, a boss will have their attack glow for a second, which means you can parry it. When this happens, if you parry it just right, you can do something that I have dubbed the Katy Perry. Whilst I'm not entirely sure how it works, it's super effective. Now, the game has many bosses, so naturally you're going to have your favorite boss. For most people's, theirs typically is the Edge. But mine is like the second boss, and it's one of the cooler ones, I think. Plus, I'm kind of a sucker for anything with a scythe, so there's that. I think it's fair to say that I really did enjoy my time with Furi. I think the game is awesome, and everyone should at least give it a bit of a shot. Because if you want a game with simple to learn but hard to master combat, I highly recommend Furi. So with that, I'm just going to decide to sign off with this video and say definitely check out Furi. Hello and welcome.